A local cardiologist expresses some serious concerns about teens and energy drinks. Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. I'm Todd Blackington. High energy drinks have become very popular among teenagers and young adults in recent years as a way to get a quick fix of caffeine anytime, day or night. But they also pose a serious risk. Phil Campbell spoke with a local cardiologist who says there are some real dangers with these drinks.
No one who knew her ever thought this is where 14-year-old Anise Fournier would be today, the victim of too much caffeine.
I lost my girlfriend who I cared about with all of my heart.
At the cemetery, her boyfriend Ethan visits nearly every day.
She was just beautiful in personality and mind and just physical features. She was amazing.
It was last December when Anise suddenly went into cardiac arrest while at home. Paramedics, then doctors, worked for a week to save her as she slipped into a coma, her family at her bedside.
We stayed up all night. I laid in bed next to her all night long, and we talked to her and stayed with her.
6 days later, Anise died, leaving behind a twin brother and sister. The official cause of death? Cardiac arrhythmia due to caffeine toxicity. Anise and her family knew she had a common heart defect known as mitral valve prolapse, but her doctor felt it posed little risk to her life. In the 23 hours before her cardiac arrest, Anise consumed 2 of these 24-ounce Monster energy drinks. That's the equivalent to 14 12-ounce sodas, or 5 times the recommended amount of caffeine for teens. In a statement, Monster says, "We vehemently deny that drinking 2 cans of Monster Energy by itself can cause a death from caffeine toxicity, and Monster insists its drinks contain less caffeine than some coffee." And ERs across the country have seen a dramatic increase in caffeine overdoses, from 1,128 ER visits in 2005 linked to high energy drinks to 16,055 in 2008, and more than 13,000 in 2009. High-energy drinks have become big business with marketing that appeals to teens with names like Monster, Full Throttle, and Rockstar. Despite years of studies calling for the FDA to regulate the drinks, that hasn't happened. The American Beverage Association says it has adopted voluntary policies pertaining to energy drink labels and marketing to children. Some do offer warnings and some don't, but doctors have their own warning.
Energy drinks have a lot of problems with them. It's like drinking a lot of coffee. And the problem is that for people that are not drinking a lot of coffee, it really kind of zips your system an awful lot. So for people that are drinking 6, 8, 10 cups of coffee a day, it probably isn't going to do that much. It's like going out and drinking several cups of coffee all at once. When you've not been doing that, it can be a real stress on your system. So I do have serious concerns about that.
For Anise's mom, there's only heartbreak.
She never ever regained consciousness. We never got to tell her goodbye.
Reporting in Pocatello, Phil Campbell, KPVI News 6.
While the FDA does not regulate these drinks, at least one state has banned their use by high school athletes. Australia already regulates them, and Canada is about to implement some of the tightest restrictions in the world. Meanwhile, Anise's family donated her organs after she died.